spider crawl. This one's really fun. It's really, really challenging at first, but it does a lot of good stuff to strengthen our fingers and our thumbs. So just like a spider crawls up a wall and crawls down a wall, we are going to use our hand to crawl up the bow. And the way that I'm doing that is I am kind of scooching my thumb up and then crawling the other fingers behind it. And then I scooch my thumb up and I crawl my fingers behind it. Crawling up the bow is generally pretty easy because gravity is working with you, right? We want to make sure that we're still holding on with our knuckles, not the pads of our fingers, but with our knuckles. We're scooching all the way up the bow, and gravity is helping us out. Okay, once we're at the tip, this is where it gets really challenging. You're going to go back the other way. Your little spider is going to crawl down the wall, okay? So, again, I scooch my thumb down, and then my fingers crawl down with it. Scooch my thumb down, fingers crawl with it. The whole time I am using my knuckles to hold, not the tips of my fingers. We want it to be our knuckles. It might be somewhere between the first and the second joint. When I first told you how to hold your bow, I told you these middle joints, but you will find a comfortable spot between this joint and that joint. When I'm doing this, I tend to use kind of closer to this joint, but it'll change depending on what you're playing and what kind of technique you're using. Once you get into more advanced techniques, your bow hold is really, really flexible and it changes. You're not always going to hold the bow with exactly the same part of your hand. But for now, we want you to get really used to that one part of your hand and strengthen it. Okay, so my little spider, he's almost back down to the frog. This one is a challenge. This one is going to be really tough for you, and that's okay. But it's really good for you. So if you're going to pick one to practice a lot, this one's the one, okay? Have fun with your little spiders.